New York versus Texas, which state is better to live in? Part 2. Let's get at it. Hey there, welcome back to the Living in Central Texas channel. This is Jacob Martinez, your host. Okay, and please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bells, as it will help this channel grow. And it's free, doesn't cost you anything, right? But let's get after it when it comes to the state of New York versus the state of Texas. Okay, which one's better? If you didn't see part 1, go back to part 1 after this video. But this is part 2, and we're going to continue with climate, the differences between Texas and New York. So let's go. Climate. Texas, generally warmer climate with hot summers and mild winters. Okay. Now, with that being said, yes, it gets extremely hot out here, especially if you're out in West Texas, which is nothing but sand, pretty much, right? Deserts. But we also have mild winters in the sense that the 2 coldest months in the state of Texas are January and February. Right? Those are the 2 coldest months. That's when there's like 10 degrees outside, 20 degrees. And for the most part, for the majority, we don't get any snow. We don't get any snowstorms like you do up north, right? But there are occasions where you do get ice and you do get little snow areas in the state of Texas, and especially the norther you go, like Dallas, Amarillo, up there, Tyler, Texas, where you do get some snow, right? So that's a very good thing, because if you are running away from the cold, like I did when I was living in Massachusetts and New England for, 20 plus years, Texas would provide you with that warmth and that hot temperature that you're looking at, so that you can go out there and enjoy barbecue, with your families and all of that. Now, New York has 4 distinct seasons, okay, with cold and snowy winters and warm summers. The beautiful thing that I love about the North, right, especially living in the New England area and New York, is that you do get your 4 seasons out there. You get your spring, summer, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Here in Texas, you kind of don't get that. It's like all rolled into one. You get the spring in the morning, summer by noon, and the afternoon it turns into fall, and then at night sometimes it turns into winter. It's all crazy. It's kind of, the Texas weather's kind of crazy down here. Okay, that's the reality. But that's mostly during the end of the year type thing, right? Normally during the summertime, you wake up at 5 in the morning, it's going to be 85 degrees. By the time it hits 9 o'clock, it's already at 100, right? That's Texas. But in New York, I love the way that you see the spring, you see everything coming to life, and then the summer, how everybody's out there enjoying. And since this is New York, right, we could talk about Central Park in New York, how everybody's out there doing picnics, and there are events, people singing on the streets, doing all types of things. And then the summer and the fall, how you see the different changes of colors in the winter, in the fall, with the leaves and the plants, the vegetation, nature taking its course. And then you get those nice, and sometimes for some people it's nice, you get those snowstorms where people can relax and, be at a fireplace, drinking hot cocoa, enjoying memories with their loved ones, taking pictures and all that stuff. So when it comes to these type of deals, these type of differences, you got to choose. Do you want to have a warmer climate all throughout the year, where you can go horseback riding, you can explore nature here in Texas, you can go swimming, enjoy the lake? Sometimes here in December, you have people in flip-flops, t-shirts, and shorts walking out. That's how it is here in Texas. But in New York, you can't do that in December, because the weather up there is like at 15 degrees with snow everywhere, right? So it all depends on who you are, what your lifestyle is. In this event, in this distinction, I'm going to kind of stay neutral, because it just depends on who you are, right? Southern regions have a subtropical climate, while northern areas can experience cooler temperatures. That's here for Texas. In New York, more temperate climate in upstate New York, while New York City has a humid subtropical climate. Now, I'm not sure about that, so I kind of gotta work on that little detail. But yes, in the summer, it does get kind of humid, especially in the city. when you're surrounded by brick and mortar all over, right? You know, the concrete jungle, like we call it. You can experience that heat from the train, the subway station, you know, all the taxis that are out there, everyone. So you might experience that. Now, let's talk about Texas weather a little bit. Prone to severe weather, including hurricanes, tornadoes, and hailstorms. Yes. So here in the state of Texas, I always get people that joke when they're coming up from the northern areas to buy down here in Texas. Hey, I don't want to live in a place where there's tornadoes, or, you know, I don't want to be in a place where there's hurricanes. And you're like, hurricanes in Texas? Well, yeah, down the coastline, right? You got hurricanes that impact the Gulf, and you have, you know, Galveston, Corpus Christi, South Padre Island, a little further south. You also have Houston that gets flooded when there's a lot of rainstorms and a lot of hurricane season comes. So you do get hurricane. Tornadoes, that's mostly going to be, the vast majority are going to be in the northern area. But yes, in this area, we are prone to getting some tornadoes. Some of them don't do nothing. Some of them do. But that's why we have insurance. Now, is your life going to be in peril? Well, if you're a knucklehead and you see a tornado and you run into it, well, yeah, then maybe. But if you're, you know, common sense and you see things, there's always safety. The lifestyle, don't let that scare you, because in reality, that stuff is rare. But when it happens, it happens. I can't lie to you, right? I'm being honest. I'm not giving you any BS. I'm giving you the truth. Now, in New York, you have potential for extreme winter weather, including heavy snowstorms and freezing temperatures, right? You guys up there in New York, you guys get what? 2 feet of snow, 3 feet of snow, sometimes a foot of snow just in one snowstorm. And then you got the city plowing and making all these snow banks in the city, making it horrible for people to walk on the sidewalks, right? Terrible for transportation. So it all depends on what you want. You want the warmer weather with prone to hailstorms or hurricanes or tornadoes, or do you want to stay in the cold, right? Do you want to stay in the cold where you have that severe weather and those crazy extreme temperatures, and that you can't really enjoy the outdoors throughout the year like you can down here in Texas? So in this one, climate number 3, I would say it's a toss-up. Depending on who you are and what you like to do, it is what it is. Number 4, education. So Texas is home to several highly regarded universities, such as the University of Texas, Texas A&M, and Rice University, right? So these are some great, you also have Baylor. You also have a whole bunch of other great universities like Texas Tech here in the state of Texas that are very great, worldwide known. But when it comes to New York, however, New York has renowned prestigious universities, Ivy League schools like Columbia University, Cornell, and New York University. These are worldwide recognized Ivy League schools, okay? So on which one would you prefer? You're gonna get top-notch education whether you're gonna be in Texas or New York, right? It's just Ivy League has a little bit higher of an entry barrier. You have to have certain things which for you to qualify. And this is not going to be a university talk, we're just comparing, right? So Texas public school qualities varies by district. This is true, with some excellent and some underperforming. Yes, this is very true here in the state of Texas. In a lot of the major metro areas or cities nearby the major metro areas, you're going to have, like here in our area, you're going to have great schools, right? You're also going to have some schools that may not be performing well. So it all depends. Now, New York has a strong public and private school system, particularly in certain areas like Westchester County and Long Island, right? So your school systems in these areas in the state of New York are going to be awesome. They're going to be great. So which one do you prefer? Are you looking for private schools? I have clients that they're coming from New York and they want to have private schools for their children. We can help you with that. There's private schools here in the area, and we'll also find you the location. So if a school or education is a very big thing for you or for your children, we'll definitely be able to help. Okay. So let's stop the video here. We'll continue with part 3. I didn't know we were going to be taking this long in the series, but I hope this information is becoming very valuable. If we're providing value for you guys, hit that notification bell, like it, and subscribe to our channel. And better yet, if you want to hop on a call and you want to talk, our information is provided in the link below. You can send us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and we'll likely be able to talk with you and see you wherever you are. So talk to you soon.